So it's all coming together. This is SquishiVision, where I'm gonna give my immediate reactions, having just watched Doctor Who Flux, Survivors of the Flux. Literally just finished watching it. I've not kind of dissected it, gone through it minute by minute. This is kind of my immediate thoughts, having literally just seen it. So we had three different stories in this episode, and let's just go from let's to kick things off by going through them one by one. So the first one was obviously the Grand Serpent's takeover of Shield, in which that they would it was alleged that they would probably spend a day time traveling through different periods of units um units history to like gain power and eventually get rid of it, which is what they do in 2017. It's a nice touch. I'll say 2017 because that's when we last saw Shield. So it's kind of like it got dissolved in 2017 and they've been underground ever since. I've explained their absence and kind of tie up the time periods properly. I'm not sure if it ever really explained who the Grand Serpent really was, but apparently, I guess that they used to like control an empire, and now for some reason they don't, maybe because of Flux, and so they have to use time travel to kind of do something that's, in Kate's word, hostile, though we've not really seen what the kind of end goal is yet at this point, but it does result in allowing Sontarans to attack Earth, um, and destroy from the inside. Oh, actually, it's four stories because you also have Vincent and Bell and the Lupari. I don't know why this is saying no data being sent. That's a bit concerning. So I'm just gonna stop talking for a second whilst I work out if I'm actually broadcasting on or not. Well, apparently I'm broadcasting because I can just see myself say I wonder if I'm broadcasting or not. Anyway, oh no, it's an excellent connection. Sorry about that little brief pause. So Belle and Vinda are almost about to meet, and then Belle gets summoned back to Earth on the Paris ship that she's nicked, and so Vinda is left to explore planet about Swarm, and Azure are on, and they capture him and put him into passenger along with Diana. So they're both kind of trapped in there now. The companions were kind of given the task of finding out when his final battle for Earth was going to be, because Earth will eventually be the only planet that's left after the Flux, and so everyone's trying to invade. Um, and so apparently we need to find out when that date is. For some reason, I think about that point, if Earth's the only planet left, it's kind of redundant what everything else is going on, but hey, whatever. And so we kind of have this very Indiana Jones-esque globe trotting. Oh, thank you. To find clues. There is this weird mystic guy who spoke with a very working class British accent. Um, who asked them to go fetch their dog, and so they left the message for Lupari, who was able to see the message without time travel. It is the implication that the message was there all from 1904 to 2021, because surely someone would have commented earlier, but hey, whatever. I guess not. Um, and then they eventually, work out what's going on with that tunnel guy from Liverpool, who's a real person who I can't remember the name of. And now they finally, speak to him in his own language, telling him what he already knows. They're now back on the same page. We just point out all these doorways that he got built that lead to other times, and probably that's going to play a part in the next episode. So Sharon's invaded, and then we get the story of the Doctor and the Division and the Flux, and so the Doctor meets Tectian again, and we get a lot of confirmation. We get confirmation that the Doctor is Hannah's child. So the last wasn't lying. Sorry, all those people in Doctor Who Infinity who were desperately clinging on to the idea that this was a life from the Master and seemed very sure that this was meant to be red herring, even though thematically it would make little to no sense for it to be that way. And I kept telling you about, but sorry, you were wrong. The Doctor is a Tamla's child. And the Flux is all here just basically to stop the Doctor from defeating them. Apparently, the solution they wait for the nuclear solution of, well, the Doctor's gonna undo everything that we worked for because now we know who they are. So let's just get rid of this whole universe and move to another universe. Which is a very extreme solution, but I guess it checks out because it kind of reinforces the danger that the Doctor actually is, that that they have to basically go to this complete nuclear option in order to escape. And initially they're going to destroy the Doctor with the universe, and now they're like, well, no, that's not going to work because the Doctor's just going to save the universe. So we've got to take the Doctor with us. And you know that also reinforces what something I think the Doctor missed, that they actually do have. Oh, well, I guess not missed because they were always sure of it, but you know, this division isn't an unsurmountable force, so they can't simply they're not defeatable. But then Summoners up here, kill Tectian, and are now about to kill the Doctor. When I wrap it up like that, it's all a very simple plot, and that's great because really, what frustrates me often, I think I've seen this in a whole bunch of, I'm thinking a lot about One Division and things like that, is we get introduced so much kind of penultimate episode plot that disregards everything's happened before then, and brings up new conflict. And it's like, well, what was the point of the last 5 episodes? But this kind of very simple. It's very simple. Not a lot happened, but that's what we needed because now we're building things together. We get a lot of confirmations about kind of what the division is, and essentially it was just basically a section of the Time Lord Society treating the universe as an experiment, which is very consistent with what a whole few. It's actually hilarious, and I like how we get this moment where Tecton actually says, you know, we're very much like you in a sense. They are, because the whole taking people and using them as a way to observe a universe is exactly what we did with the Timeless Child. But also there's other Time Lords like Rani and who treats the universe as a petri dish. That's what Tectian is essentially doing. Sorry, consistent with what we know. I mean, I don't know if Tectian's a Time Lord, but certainly a Gallifreyan. I think they are Time Lords as well, actually. I think they were living the first Time Lords. Actually, maybe the first Time Lord, because really, by the Time Lord for the Doctor was a Time Lord. So they're still around in between universes. I'm not quite sure why the Doctor seems surprised about being outside the universe in between universes, because the multiverse is a thing in Doctor Who. Like the multiverse and having parallel universes is the same kind of concept. The parallel universe is just a multiverse where everything is the same except one thing is different. Rather than the universe where everything is completely different. This one is, you know, minutely different from the one that you're from. So the Doctor's surprised that they were between universes. I always had this fan theory that Time Lords were able to travel through multiverses quite loosely, and so there's actually one Gallifrey across all the universes because they're so advanced with time travel, and so there's never be 2 Doctors. You never get a Doctor from an alternate universe. There's always going to be the one Doctor. But I guess this kind of maybe proves that wrong, and that it is a finite. They were only like kind of protecting their own thing, or maybe, you know, maybe you're aware of only a certain amount of universes, but you've not actually explored all of them. Maybe because once you get, it's the same. It's kind of like the Kang thing, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'm running out of things to say quite quickly because really this is a simple episode with not much to it, but it has kind of needs to be that. It kind of needs to push us right onto the track for the finale. It looks like we're gonna have a Doctor recall all the memories. And I think it's actually good. I can end up quicker because I'm meant to do coursework. So yeah, I mean, it was an episode where a lot of things happened when you think about it. Actually, very simple plot lines, and I guess it's just up to the next episode to kind of all tie them together and conclude them in a way which is beneficial. There's actually a lot of padding in the episode for penultimate episodes. Maybe that's my other critique. Maybe there's a bit too much padding, but it depends really on the next episode. But I think if you got like too much padding in your penultimate episode, it's kind of like, well, maybe instead of 6 episodes, you should have 5 episodes, and you kind of do less or make that episode a bit longer. But whatever. So those are thoughts. Let me know what you think. Are you following? And I'll see you on Wednesday for Hawkeye.